In the heart of the Amazon rainforest, deep in the lush greenery and towering trees, there lived a man all alone. His name was Joss, and he had been living in the forest for over a decade, cut off from the rest of the world. Joss had always been drawn to the natural world, and as a young man he had dreamed of exploring the Amazon rainforest. So, when he was in his mid-20s, he left his home and job in the city and set off into the jungle. At first, Joss had been overwhelmed by the dense foliage and the abundance of wildlife that surrounded him. But over time, he learned to navigate the forest and to survive on his own. He built himself a shelter from the branches and leaves of the trees and learned how to hunt and gather food. Years passed, and Joss grew accustomed to his solitary life in the forest. He spent his days exploring the jungle, observing the wildlife, and tending to his small garden. At night, he would sit by the fire he had made and gaze up at the stars, wondering what lay beyond the dense canopy of the trees. One day, Joss heard something that he had never heard before. It was the sound of a helicopter, and it was approaching his clearing. He was both excited and fearful. Excited to have contact with the outside world, but also fearful of the potential dangers that it could bring. As the helicopter landed, Joss cautiously approached it, and to his surprise, he found a group of scientists and explorers who had come to study the rainforest. They were amazed by Joss's survival skills and his deep knowledge of the forest. For the first time in over a decade, Joss had contact with other human beings. Over the next few days, he shared his experiences of living in the Amazon rainforest alone, and the scientists were fascinated by his stories. Eventually, the scientists left, but they promised to return and to bring Joss with them back to civilization. Joss was torn between the life he had built for himself in the forest and the possibilities of a new life outside of it. In the end, Joss decided to leave the forest and to explore the world beyond the Amazon. But he knew that he would always carry the memories of his solitary life in the jungle with him, and that nothing could ever replace his deep connection to the natural world.
Thank you so much for watching my video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next one.